beautiful souls. I'm Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. You might be wondering why I always start my episodes like this, and it is because I have been told or shown by my guides that the more I say this, every time I say it and every time you hear it, the more that it integrates into your soul, into your being, therefore allowing you to remember more and more who you truly are, connecting more and more with your higher self, and believing that you are, in fact, an infinite being of light. And so, for some reason, I was guided to say this today and explain this to you today so that it can help you integrate the messages that are coming through for you. On that note, today I something funny happened. I was playing with my phone. I usually record this on my laptop, and I downloaded the app and I record an entire podcast on my phone, and then it was there and it was saying it wasn't published, and when I opened my laptop it showed 0 minutes, and now it's nowhere to be found. So how does it get any better than this? All of these things that happen for us, they happen for us because there's a reason, right? And what is the reason? We don't know. And you know what else? It's also none of our business to know. Just take it as what it is and have joy and laughter with what happened, and then just keep going with the flow. What's happening, what's not happening, just let it be, just let it flow. Don't get angry. A lot of times when things like this happen, we get angry. Oh, I spent all that time. Oh, it was such a great message. Oh, I channeled so much. It was so good. All of these things of like wasted time, wasted messages. What happened to it? No, 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 no. There is a reason things happen, and they happen for us, not to us. So I'm pretty sure, because I think this has happened actually to me one time prior to this, where I lost the whole podcast and I just had to re-record it. Um, where the messages that come the second time around are a little bit more integrating. They're a little bit more deeper. They touch certain parts that were not exactly presented the same way on the first recording. As good as it may have been, it's just a little bit different. And so I trust that whatever the reason was for that, here I am recording it again and giving you the messages that are intended for you for today. And so one of the messages that's coming through really, really strongly, your guides really want you to connect with them more. And to connect with them more, what they really mean is to acknowledge them more, to realize that it is them who are communicating with you, that it is them who are helping you, who it's them that are making you turn your head and look at the clock exactly at 2:22, or that you are walking down and you see exactly 555 somewhere, and these are angel numbers. You can look them up, on the web, like what are the meaning of these angel numbers or spirit guide numbers or spiritual name or whatever it is that calls to you to look up. And you're going to find that when you do that, when you do a search on Google or on the internet, that there's a lot of different meanings. Like, so let's say you look up angel number 222, and I don't know why 222 keeps coming up for me right now, but you look it up, you're going to find a lot of different interpretations of it. Then you can look up spiritual meaning of 222, and you're going to find even more different informations and meanings about it. The reason is because you guys know that everything that's on the internet was actually written by a specific person, right? I mean, each thing, each meaning was written and submitted by a different person. So what it means is that whomever wrote it, that's what it meant for them. There it goes. So when you're doing a search and you're doing the search of like what does it mean, you read different informations and different experiences and meanings, because each person who wrote something wrote a different experience and meaning that's what it meant for them. So when you look for these things, like let's say you have a dream dictionary or a meaning dictionary of words and stuff, you're going to catch all of them, and then your eye is going to catch a specific one that's going to really resonate with you. And you're going to go like, ah, that's the one. Or it's going to feel good inside of you. You're going to be like, yeah, I don't know, no. Oh, yeah, that's the one, right? You're going to have that type of feeling within your body. You're going to feel it in your body when the one that is closest to what it really means to you is the one that it means that for you. And that's how you can use the information that you see on the internet when you're doing research as to what these numbers might mean for you. But at the same time, your guides want you to just tune in and feel into it as to like, what does it mean to you without asking anyone? What does it feel like it means to you? Like, for example, when I see butterflies, I instantly know it's my father's energy coming to visit and letting me know he's here and whatever it is. I know it's him. When my son sees butterflies, he always thinks of his grandma. So you see, butterfly, same butterfly. We can see the same exact butterfly at the same time. We could be together. And I think my dad, he thinks his grandma. It is. Because you see, time and space are not real. And even though my son and I are living in the same exact three-dimensional life, and we are seeing this butterfly, this three-dimensional butterfly right here, it means different things because from my son's perspective is different than from my perspective. And so that butterfly can have messages for anyone and everyone at the same time. And it really is about what it means like for you. But if I write on some book or on the internet, butterflies means your mother. And then I'm thinking, oh, I thought it was my dad. And then I get kind of like sad and it feels kind of like, it wasn't. That's because it's not true for me, right? So there's no one meaning for everyone. It is different meanings for each person. Whatever it means to you is for you. And so I encourage you to begin your own book or your own mental list of what things mean to you when you receive those messages. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, your guides are always with you. They are always giving you the information. They're always guiding you. They're always supporting you. They're always there. For example, you might get the inkling to go somewhere. For example, for me, I was walking my dog, right? I'm walking my dog and I usually go the same way. And I want to go this way instead. I take a different route and I find $1. Okay, that didn't happen by chance. My guides put the thought, the idea for me to go in a different way. So I did. And then, and then also to catch this dollar that was in the middle of the grass and for me to go and grab it, right? I'm like, oh, there it is. And I grab it, it's mine, right? And it has a meaning. It has the meaning of like, you listen, here it is. We're giving you the guidance. Think of what's happening in this moment as you were thinking of going this way. What were you thinking? What was happening in your life? What is going on in your mind? And they're letting you know that they're here, right? They're here supporting you. And perhaps it has a different meaning. Like maybe the dollar has a specific meaning. So look at the circumstances around your life, what you're doing, what you're going through when you receive the messages like that, and acknowledge them. Like realize, like, I didn't just come this way because I thought about it. I had this thought, and it was actually my guys guiding me to go this way, right? This happens all the time, where you're feeling something and you do it, and then things work out better for you because you did it, right? Whether you're at the beginning think it's not good or it is good, it ends up being for a good reason. So your guides really want you to take notice of these things and acknowledge it, because the more you acknowledge, like, oh, that was my guides, or that was my angels, or that was God, or my guardian angel, whomever it is that you are thinking, that's what you want to acknowledge so that you get more messages. Does that make sense? You want to have more messages coming through you by acknowledging the relationship that you already have. And the messages are all around you all the time. When you're thinking, let's say you have someone that, a loved one that crossed over, and you think about them, what happens? You think about them, you get emotional, you think and you miss them, and you have all of those mixed feelings about it, right? It's them. It wasn't you just thinking. The moment you think about them, they're there, and you're actually communicating with them, and they want you to know that it is them, and they want you to continue this relationship, to acknowledge this, right? I had yesterday, oh my gosh, I had the most amazing retreat. It was a free retreat that I offered for the members of my private Facebook group. And one of the ladies had, during one of the healings and meditations that she had an encounter, and she said, oh, it felt as if I was meeting my mom. Her mom had crossed, and she gave me a whole she shared with us, with the group, the whole experience of how beautiful that was. And it was, she was talking the whole time as if, oh, this is who I thought of, and wouldn't it have been nice if it had been true? And as she's talking, her mom's energy is like right here with me, and she's telling me, yeah, it's me. It was, let her know that it was. And so when she finished sharing, I told her, yeah, that was your mother. She's here. She wants me to tell you this and to reinforce what you experienced. And she just completely broke down in tears because she did the connection, she felt the connection, she experienced the connection, yet her ego was not allowing her to acknowledge it. And so when she shared it as if I made this up, I thought of this, as opposed to I met with, and this actually happened. And when I gave her the confirmation, her body, her entire body felt it, felt that love, felt that connection, and she just melted, right? Amazing, amazing healing right there, and connection, so that she can continue to have these conversations, these connections with her mom. And what I want to tell you on this point, I want to stop here for a minute because I'm a big skeptic. I mean, I believe in all of this stuff, but I'm also a big skeptic. I always have been. And if you're a skeptic like I am, you would think, yeah, but couldn't anyone just say, oh yeah, it was your mom, and then the person feel that way? And here's the answer to that. Your body knows truth and false. When someone lies to you, your body knows they're lying to you. You always know when someone's lying to you. It is your ego that gets in the way because you may not want to believe that they're telling you a lie, but you always know when you're being spoken to in something that's not the truth for you. Your body also knows when it's truth. How does your body know? Your body knows when something's true for you or when somebody's telling you the truth, because you feel aligned, you feel light, and you feel like you can go on. And when something is not true, when something's false, then you feel heavy, you feel like a pit in your stomach, you feel like, I don't want to believe that, and you don't. And it's because your body's telling you it's not true. So if you're getting a reading or you're going to someone who does a healing for you or a reading for you, and they tell you something that feels heavy in your body, it's not true for you. It's not the right answer. You might be in the presence of someone who's not being completely truthful for you. But if it feels instantly healing, loving, and light, then it's true. And that's how you can tell. That's the difference. It's the same thing when you do your own connections. Let's say you are working on connecting with a past loved one, and that person crossed over, and let's say they were not very nice to you in the three dimensional physical life that they had and interactions with you, and you connect with them. They're going to come to you from pure love. See, when we cross over, when we leave our physical body, we become part of source completely, which is true, pure, unconditional, non-judgmental love. And so when people who have been less than nice on earth, they cross over and they come through in a reading, in a visitation, in a connection, they always come with love, with acceptance, lots of times with apologies. And it's difficult for humans to accept these apologies, especially if they have been like really terrible to us, or to even believe that that could even happen because we may have known these people as like real monsters in life, right? Like really evil people or really bad towards us. And so we may not want to even accept that. But when we connect with them and they come like that in love, in light, with apologies, with support, with acceptance, with all of that, that is their true essence and that is your true connection with them. And if you are connecting, let's say you're doing this on your own again, and you bring this energy towards you, and the energy is still treating you, speaking to you, and giving you messages that are very similar to the ones that you received once they were here on earth, they're making you feel criticized or less than or anything that doesn't feel good, that is not them. That is you listening to your ego that is interfering with the true connection to keep you safe. Keep you safe from what? Keeping you safe from needing to accept that the actual energy of this person is pure love. Because a lot of times we have such um, anger or disgust or even fear for someone who has been on this earth like really bad towards us that we do not want to forgive them or we do not want to see them as anything other than this horrible person that they were, because as long as we can maintain this view on them, we have an excuse to treat ourselves the way that we treat ourselves. Oh my gosh, I just opened a whole other can of worms there with this one. That is the victim mode. I am like this because I was blank. I am blank because this happened to me. Blank happened to me. If somebody did something to you and you ended up really in a destructive relationship or in a destructive life and you're blaming the other person or the circumstances in your life for that, you have an excuse for what you are. And then everyone around you can feel bad for you because, oh, poor them, this is their life, and therefore this is what happened to them. Not true. We have the power to be and make out of their lives whatever we want it to be. We can choose to maintain ourselves in this space of poor me and this happened to me and this is why I'm broken. Or we can choose to understand that we are pure divine beings of light and whatever happened for me and I am stronger for it. I am doing this because of it. You see this all the time when big tragedies happen, like I'm going to bring up the mass shootings at schools and the poor parents who lost their children there are like so incredibly distraught, and then some of them begin to speak publicly and um, become active in changing the laws and doing things that are good for the community because of their laws, instead of destructing themselves and becoming less of who they truly are, going down the spiral of sorrow and broken heart and not being able to move forward from it, and therefore actually not doing anything else for anyone else, and starting with themselves, right? So, I mean, we're all here to walk our own journeys. I'm not saying that everyone needs to do one or the other thing. I'm just saying that everyone has a choice. And when we meet with an entity or with a spirit of someone who was not very nice to us, and they come to us in all love and hugs and forgive me type of thing, and we do not want to accept it, it's because we're still stuck in our own hurt. Soon as we are allowed ourselves to forgive and let go, because we realize that the energy that's coming through is not actually the physical mean person that used to live in front of you, then we're able to begin to heal our own hearts and our own lives. And then everything can flourish for us. Okay, and now I know exactly why my first podcast didn't show up is because this message did not come through on the first one. And so powerful. Let me know how this is sitting for you. Let me know how it feels for you, and let me know if it makes sense. Okay. Please like the show, rate it. I would love to have some ratings from you and see what you're feeling. And also share this podcast with other people that you feel will benefit from receiving these messages. I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.